The plight of men serving with the CRPF is well known, and many blame it on the disconnect between the field formations and the body's headquarters. Now, a decision by the CRPF top brass seems to have gone a step too far. Jugal Purohit brings us this exclusive report on how junior officers have broken that chain of command.
Few forces can probably match the versatility and diversity of operations that the Central Reserve Police Force, or the CRPF as it is known, undertakes. From counterinsurgency to assisting in law and order to conducting elections, as India's and perhaps even the world's largest paramilitary organization, it is an all-weather utility that India relies upon in her hour of need. A force which can deliver even with 25 of its men killed and scores injured in little over a month. However, it is up against an unfamiliar challenge, a combination of a controversial policy and an inexplicable confusion right at the top, which has wreaked havoc with the men donning the uniform. This controversial new policy had the potential to drive a wedge right at the heart of the CRPF, pitting its gazetted officers against its other ranks. So much so that an 11-page anonymous letter signed by a CRPF officer was received at this ministry, the Ministry of Home Affairs, following which a high-level meeting was called and the entire process stalled for further examination. This policy, propelled by none less than the Director General himself, was stalled by an 11-page anonymous letter written straight to the Home Minister, titled "Damaging the Basic Structure of the CRPF." Even as these allegations are being rubbished, those at the helm admit that not all is well.
I would not say a lot of people, because when you see the force, it's a 3 lakh strong force, in which more than 2.5 lakh is constabulary and non-gazetted people. So they are the ones who are very happy. It is only a few officers at the level of senior level whose comfort zone is being threatened by it.
If there is another reason why this force is in the red, then it is concerning the vehicle you're seeing on your screen. Even though mines are the biggest killers in the Maoist hit areas, in what can only be called as an inexplicable confusion on the part of the CRPF, the force has been for years now unable to decide on its mine protection vehicle program. So much so that a stage was recently reached where the top brass of the CRPF asked its ground forces to submit and surrender all of these vehicles. A decision which was only changed on receiving feedback from the ground saying that these vehicles were extremely critical for their operations. If the CRPF's indecision on the MPVs was not enough, there is more.
Now, when we went to the field and we wanted to know whether we should buy them or not buy them, by and far people from the field came out with suggestions that we could buy them for some limited use in terms of maybe at times, critical times, providing reinforcements and other things. So we are having another look at it.
Critical decisions which have a direct impact on lives on the ground have been kept in abeyance. Signs of a force hardly healthy, hardly in control, even those who are a part of this organization.
But MPV gives a certain benefit, or I will say psychological satisfaction, that I am in an MPV. It is time that more CRP officers come in front and they are given that place in the decision making body. Yes, our officers are hardly ever taken into total confidence.
The writing is now on the wall. For far too long, a force as important as the CRPF has faced neglect and indecision. With delays, differences, defiances and 25 deaths in 35 days, certainly the health of the Central Reserve Police Force, the world's largest paramilitary organization, is not fine. But the question is, why was it allowed to come to this point, and what are the steps which are now being taken towards reversing the flow? With Wahid Beg and Pradeep Gupta, Jugal Purohit reporting for Headlines Today.